Good morning, good morning, good morning. My beautiful ones, my wise ones, my melanated ones. Today is Friday, January 10th, and I am Wisdom. January 10th, 2025. I got to throw in a year to nine. And my name is Wisdom Reborn. I hope that your morning has started out nice. I hope you rested well. And I hope your day is going to be great. I woke up this morning with a couple of things on my mind and I thought I would share them. So one of the things that I woke up thinking about this morning is the crabs in a bucket theory. In thinking about how melanated people act or deal with this environment that we're in, a lot of times it seems like a lot of people are fighting to stay at the bottom. And they're trying to pull other people to the bottom with them because misery loves company. And when you're low level vibrating, you want others to be at that same low level that you're at. However, if you stop and think about it, crabs don't pull each other down when they are in their natural habitat. Their natural habitat is flat. It's either water, aquatic, or it's land. There's no need to try to pull anybody back down when you have a fair playing field. When you understand that you have the ability to move around and your movements may affect someone else, but should not directly affect someone else. However, when you put those crabs in a bucket or a barrel, they're trying to escape. The ones that are pulling, as they climb up and other ones are pulling them down, it's that they're all trying to escape. It's not that they want one to stay in the bottom with them. It's that they want to escape. So they do whatever that they can to try to escape their situation and their surroundings. So I wanted to drop that in because as we maneuver through these atmospheric conditions that we're currently in right now, there will be some people that will try to pull you down. They are trying to pull you down because they don't want you to escape. Whether they don't want you to escape because they feel like your escaping will set you free, or whether they feel like your escaping will cause them to remain in bondage, they are still trying to keep you from escaping the circumstances and the situations around you. Now that right there is something to think about. So don't let the systems and people and circumstances and situations that you are freeing yourself from, don't give them the power to pull you back. There is bondage in going back. There is death in going back. And when I say death, I don't necessarily mean unaliving. I mean death in your process. You'd have to start all over again. Some people say when you dispel a demon or evil entity, if you allow it back, it brings 7 more with it. Don't have 8 spirits pulling you back because you walked away from one and went back and looked at it. Now that right there should help somebody today. I also was thinking about discernment and judgment. 2 words that could possibly mean that, well, they definitely have very similar meanings. Discernment is to evaluate a situation, check the spiritual temperature of the situation, and move forward accordingly. Judgment is To see a person acting like a fool and just consider them a fool. To give no thought to the spiritual aspect of it. We place judgment on people because we don't discern them. When you discern someone, you understand that there's a possibility that the situation that the person is in is due to circumstances that maybe that person couldn't navigate through like you or I would navigate through. 531. I told y'all how when I see my birthday, 531, I blow the universe a kiss because I'm thankful that that is my day. So with that being my day, that's my number. So see that intergalactic tongue, it works for me all the time. I do it all the time. But we have got to start looking at things from a more spiritual point of view. And I'm not saying spiritual as in religious, as in, because religion has nothing, do you hear me? Nothing, not a darn thing to do with spirituality. Religion is a boxed up concept or a box of concepts that you either aspire to, connect to, or you turn away from. Knowing so much about the religious systems through my studies of history and my studies of theology and just looking at religion, I can just see it all the way around. And even reading some parts of the Bible, especially the New Testament, those contradictory things. If we should not be in the midst of confusion, then we should make sure our sources are not confused also. And that's my personal take on it. However, when we look at things and we understand that sometimes people are not spiritually mature enough to handle some of the things that they're dealing with in the natural, it causes them to not make good decisions, and it causes them to sometimes be at a place that is not a good place for them. So when you use discernment instead of judging someone, you can walk up to a homeless person and you can have a conversation with them. You can have a beautiful conversation with them, and you can understand that this person, although in this situation, is not the situation itself. But when you walk in judgment, you see a young lady with a short dress on or a short skirt on or too much cleavage, and you automatically think that that young lady is living a lifestyle of lustfulness, which may not be so. That young lady could be brilliant. That young lady could be the next spiritual guru based upon learning what she's learning in the midst of the situation, and maybe she, does not have the ability to get herself up out of that situation at that current time. Don't be a crab in a bucket. Don't allow those low vibrating, low thinking people, situations, circumstances to keep you in that bucket. And once you realize that you don't have to be in a bucket, and you get out and you're in a more natural habitat for you, I want you to start walking in discernment. I want you to understand that situations and circumstances are not above or beneath any of us, because we all have the potential to fall at any time for any reason. But when we walk in discernment and we don't walk in judgment, discernment comes from within your heart, within your spirit, within a level of knowledge that you understand that where you are today, you have not always been. And that where that person is today does not define their destination. On today, Friday, this cold Friday, January 10th, 2025. Understand our surroundings are causing us to do things and be in situations and circumstances that do not mean us well. Walk above it. Get above it. Understand that through a relationship with your true inner self, you can look at circumstances differently. And when you walk in discernment, you understand that the things that you went through made you the great, beautiful, dynamic individual that you are today. Give the other individuals grace, because the circumstances that they are in are going to help create the beautiful, phenomenal, outstanding people that they will become. Now, those are just a few words from Wisdom Reborn. They are for my wise ones, my beautiful ones, my wise ones, and my melanated ones, but they are especially for my beautiful, wise, and melanated ones. Y'all, we are in a day and age where the sons of light, we are having to battle the sons of darkness. And when I say sons, I don't necessarily mean men, I mean all of us. We are in a battle. We are in a spiritual warfare that is real. And we have got to open up our eyes, open up our hearts, improve on ourselves so that we can recognize the things that are going on within others. It is our job, it is our duty, it is our calling to pull each other up along the way. So don't be a judgmental crab in a bucket today. Share love, share kindness, share a helping hand. Don't sit in judgment, sit in discernment. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be more liberating. And when you don't judge people, you don't have to worry about them judging you. But when you discern them, you don't care if they discern you. Blessings, blessings, and more blessings.